So I guess we can start looking, if, well, no, I don't want it to be where, like, look at this nation. Ooh, I do like this little thin Milan. So we do have a lot of, I think these people are obviously trying to maneuver themselves into stronger positions. But you do have a nice thin Milan, just control of the, is that the Po River Valley, I think? I'm an American, so we don't have, geography doesn't exist. What are maps? But it is good. You have a nice, odd. I mean, a lot of thinner nations in Central Europe than you might usually see. Just nice thin Milan, thin Austria, kind of thin Prussia. It's probably just due to the overwhelming power of the Commonwealth. Then, of course, you have Russia, which is they are Russia. I do think we're going to be wanting to look up here. I mean, you've got an interesting little trade of provinces between, or alignment of provinces between Prussia, Denmark, and Cologne there. Could potentially be a flashpoint. That's not Milan, it's Florence. Oh my gosh, you are so right. I'm so sorry. That is, so Florence is double. They're like a nice, like an Oreo. You got a Fiera Oreo sandwich. So yeah, so you have a nice thin Florence that then extends thinly across other parts of Italy. Yes. Then we do have Spain. Yes, yes. All right, so let's jump into Florence because they are at war with the Knights, and it seems like they are winning. They are. Actually, I'm not sure. I don't know if... I don't think there are any restrictions for what I can look at. Because I wouldn't... But I will... like... only briefly jump into a country and then jump out again. Whoa! Oh, yes, yes. Sorry. That was the I think that was like the last, or one of the last playthroughs that Spain was able to isolate Tunis. Is Tunis still a player? Yes, Tunis is. Alright. Shipyard will be finished here. Cool. And then, of course, the Papal States. Do we have a battle pope? We just might. Good, good. But yes, you have a war between the Knights and Florence. It seems like they Florence is going to be able to get what they want out of that. Seems like France has been able to talk down the Commonwealth. Or other players, other nations were able to talk them down. But you do have this very, just extremely powerful bloc in the east. An eastern bloc, if you will. Papal States is just an auto puppet. That makes sense. I mean, there's nothing more normal than a Catholic Pope under the direct control of the Ottoman Empire. That'd be a weird thing, right, though, if you're that Pope. It does make sense. They are sitting as a nice little border to the rest of Christendom. Oh, speaking of Christendom, it looks like the Reformation was quite successful. You do have the Reformed religion and the Protestants dominating Europe, only with Catholic Spain as the last stand. You even have the Pope who doesn't even govern Catholic lands. So yeah, I think they just are a puppet of the Ottomans. Well, there you go. You can get your conspiracy hats on for that one. And there is no empire. The empire disbanded very early on in the game. Yeah, we can look at we'll look at the different kind of alliance blocks and where conflict could arise. You have of course you have the Commonwealth. Just the pillar of this eastern bloc. You have the Ottomans, the strong, like their back is covered in the Middle East, so they can try to push deeper into Europe. Always helps if the Pope is on your side. And of course you have the Spain, the last Catholic nation, really strong in Central America. New Aragon, Vikings Beach House. We can actually take a look at the New World. We've got Vinland. Ooh. Under the control of Sweden. Excellent. So yeah, we can take a look. I bet they have some... Or no, not... Wait, what? Who are you? So, okay, a completely independent Vinland. Just living their best life in Canada. Then, of course, Halifax, Nova Scotia, British. As all is right with the world there. And then the 13 colonies, who are still... Are they independent? Ooh. Yes, they are. No, they aren't. I don't know what's going... Just kidding. They are still a part of the British Empire. Excellent. And so, yeah, you do have this sort of northern alliance, a bit smaller with the... Oh, and Florence. Okay, so that's where you have your little puzzle pieces fitting into these different sets of alliances. And, oh, yeah... I was wondering why this area was blank. It's because I set it to be blank on accident. Alright, let's look at... I think I can just have the players on. Here we go. Yes. Okay, so we do have a player war still between... Oh, yes, yes. The Knights still at war with Florence. Let's take a look at Florence. Excellent. They're still winning that war, and so it does seem like whatever negotiations took place, it is... Oh, wait, have they... Yep. Probably gonna win that one. Then we have... Let's see that. So yeah, Florence, the leaning... Is that the... No, loaning Port of Pisa. It would be funny if it's the leaning Port of Pisa. And who are they? Ooh. Is that a custom nation? That's like put in as like a special bulwark? Or is that like an actual nation that can form? I only have about 300 hours into EU4, so I'm like barely out of the tutorial. And of course we have the Knights. So yeah, that's where our main war is. Of course, if we look over to the Mughals, they've got their own war going on against the... Oh no, what? That's it. Oh my god. Well, something just happened there. Oh, Ming. Alright, so there you go. A border war with Ming. Can the AI survive? They're a trade city, or they were. Ah, excellent. Yes, I guess that makes sense. They've got... I mean, they do have some Tunisian separatists. And that is unfortunate, but they do control... No, that's Great Britain. But they still control Pisa, and at the end of the day... That's going to be important if your nation is named after them. Ooh, so the Age of Reformation is coming to a close. Alright. So we do have a... Let's jump into the Mughals and sort of watch their war in the east. Ooh, some large stacks from Ming. Ming is bringing the pain. Try to make... Pain and ping go together. It didn't work. PLC and France pulled out of the war to let Florence and Knights fight solo. That makes sense. I was wondering about that. I know I saw, like, the end of the last session was just, there was a battle between the Commonwealth and France, and it looks like they were able to negotiate their way out of a potentially a third world war, or at least a larger conflict in Europe. They were able to negotiate through that. Alright, so the Mughals fighting in rough terrain. That's not terrain. Rough terrain, that's... There we go. Very rough terrain in the mountains. If they can get Ming in there... Ooh, that's gonna be... Could be... Alright, 60,000 versus 81,000. Let's see how... Oh, but of course, some superior morale and a great general. And a fort. That was the key deciding factor there. They have smashed those Ming forces and will be taking the offensive against Ming. Looks like their goals in the war could be to maybe, I don't know, do something with Ming, make them feel bad, get some money or something. I've never played as the Mughals before, so I cannot pretend to know what they are hoping to achieve. We also have another war with Prussia, who's also at war with Ming, Maybe they're gonna try to grab some territory. But maybe they aren't. Maybe they're just sitting on the sidelines. They're part of it. Maybe they're just an ally of the Mughals. They are. Alright. So I think they are just in that war to be a good ally. But could see some potential. I don't know if we'll see like naval landings or anything like that. That'd be pretty audacious at 1600 to try and get troops all the way around to Ming. So I suspect we're not going to see that, but we are going to see everything on every front. Ming is falling back. Alright, but we do have some... Oh! Alright, Venice and Spain. Okay, we do have movement in Europe. Spain may be entering the war on the side of the Knights. Yeah, okay, and the Netherlands has is now at war. So we have a few player wars now activating. Looks like Netherlands is going to try to grab some more territory in India, going up against Vijayanagar. And then we have a Venetian war. Venice jumping into this war here. So it looks like a mild expanding of the war in Italy. Ooh, Protestant zealots. Although I'm not seeing any major forces moving along any of the fronts. And so maybe it's just other elements. Oh, no, it's Spain trying to gobble up the rest of Tunis. That's what's happening. All right. Britain is going so strongly into India. There's no polite way to say that name. With that Indian nation. Yeah, I mean, a lot of these names, I do not quite know how to pronounce them. And so yes, we do have a few more player wars. It looks like Spain is going to gobble up, or try to gobble up more of Tunis. They'll probably succeed, I would suspect. And then you have... who are you? Florence. Alright, so then you have Florence, who's maybe trying to make the Suez Canal. Could be a main reason of trying to control that. And I think that could be in many players' interests to try and get that canal built. I don't actually know the terms in which you can, but like that's what you'd want to hold if you wanted to. And I mean, that would open up a lot of possibilities in the Middle East for shipping. And everyone loves shipping. So there you go. Then we've got... let's see if we can jump in on this war. Ooh, okay, so yeah, it looks like the Netherlands definitely wants Sri Lanka. And they're definitely going to get it. At least for now, they physically have it. And was it possession is 9/5, not 9/5, but 9/10 of the law. If you control Sri Lanka, it's already it was yours to begin with. Can the Indian forces strike back? I mean, it is a powerful nation. Let's take a look at maybe their development. I think we're allowed to see... Actually, I don't know. Let me know if there's something I'm not supposed to look at, and then I'll assume everything else I can look at. Sometimes games have that. So 620 development. Not the best.
The sanitation, the medicine, education, wine, public order, irrigation, roads, a freshwater system, and public health. What have the Romans ever done for us?
Welcome, Stasnak. Welcome. I thought about that. I realized, I'm like, should I toggle off the sound effects for the few people who have them? And I thought it'll just be a fun surprise. A very fun surprise. So the Netherlands, their development is a thing. $675. So we have a medium weight against a kind of smaller weight, and the medium weight is winning. They've got full naval supremacy. And so I think the only way that India is going to have a chance, or this Indian nation is going to have a chance, is the intervention of other forces. But I'm sure they have other ideas in mind. Pretty much pronounced Viginugar, according to pronouncenames.com. Alright, so we've got someone lagging behind, but the game speed has been lowered to let her catch up. Excellent. Ooh, looks like Florence Vikings Beach House are going on a... I mean, they're the vacation faction. their armies will only go where a great vacation would be. And Florence, Milan is a great place to go, but they're in Florence right now. Just a great place to be, a great place to go. Tunis, almost completely wiped off the map. Not having the best day ever. Only 51 development, so yeah, they're the behemoth that is Spain, and they're 600 development. Oh, I guess never mind. Netherlands is pretty chunky. I'm just not used to. We just finished a game of EU4, so I'm used to like 3,000 development, weird, crazy levels like that. So it's like, oh, they're so small with 600, but no, that's actually a really normal amount. If we look at France, 1,000 is gonna make them huge. Ottomans, 1,000. Commonwealth, almost 700. Almost 1,000 for the Russians. So yeah. Oh. Sweden's existence is pain. Alright, so let's see. Ooh, okay, so the Netherlands is pushing in. This is gonna be tight. Van Troyen versus Thermala Chima. And this is gonna be close, but oh, 0.11 is just enough. Nope, they are forced to retreat. Alright, so a major victory for the Dutch. Let's see. Click to see what all players can see. Click to select a country. Oh, that's cool. Players have done a pretty good job eating almost all of the AI out of Europe. That is true, yes. If we jump back to this player map, you wouldn't even know it was a player map because the AI is almost completely consumed. Now, Denmark, that was a player. I assume, does Denmark have like the protected status? People can't reach out and try and take out Denmark? If I am understanding the rules correctly, because it is usually a player nation. Does look like we have a war breaking out in Central Europe. And it is between Bohemia and Prussia. Alright. Question is, who all is in this war? Let's find out. We have this, what? Or what? Did the war just end? No. Alright, Bohemia, here we go. I'm so confused. Alright, so, oh, and the Commonwealth. Alright, so the East rises. Bohemia in trouble. Potentially. It depends on what everyone's aiming for. And if they're aiming for pain. Oh, never mind. Bohemia is just being wiped out. Is Bohemia a person? Bohemia is not a person. So there you go. They're just carving up Bohemia like a small steak. If Denmark player was here last week, then this week other players can't attack them, and if Denmark gets pulled into a war, the players must white piece them out of it. I believe those are the rules. Excellent. That does sound like the rules. And if a player's AI is set to declare war, then they can be punished. We changed that rule. Ooh. Okay, so like the idea is you want to set your AI behavior to be very passive if you're not going to be there the next week. So then you just always want to have it be passive just in case. That's good, yeah. Alright, so yeah, we have the Prussians and the Commonwealth splitting up Bavaria. Bohemia, I mean. Oh my gosh. Let's take a look at... Oh. Here we go, the different regions of Europe. So, of course, the Commonwealth dominating Poland, dominating Ruthenia, dominating the Baltic. And I'm pretty sure this is a vassal, yes. They are a march. Okay, so that gives the Commonwealth a very strong flank to the south, probably to gird themselves against potential Ottoman shenanigans, but they are allies right now. But you know what they say, keep your allies close and your Ottomans closer. And so it is a division of another AI country. So then I think after that, almost all, if not all of the AI will be gone. All of the AI will be gone after that, yes. Except for Portugal. Portugal will be the last AI nation in Europe. And what is France up to? France is at war with Spain! Alright, so yeah, we have a huge war with Spain. Spain was like, I'm going to take Tunis. And France was like, well, I'm going to take your everything. And so Spain just got rocked. And France even going into Portugal. Let's see. Alright, so this is a major development in the wars of Italianness that are happening. That war has greatly expanded. I bet Spain regrets coming into that one. That just gave it a direct opportunity for France to move on in. And they have. They've almost completely sieged down all of Spain. Where are the Spanish armies? Spain just chilling, trying to get the Pisa ports. But it can't feel good. France is slapping Spain, right? That is what is happening.